Hi there, my name is Eden. Welcome back to my channel. If you're new, I don't really know what type of videos I make, so just stay tuned. I'm so uncommitted to my channel and I just keep going back and forth, but I really like making them, so if you're interested, stay tuned. I wanted to start this series on like adulting because I've moved to a new country for school, away from my immediate family and my mom, my brother. And so I probably won't like get to see them until Christmas time, maybe Thanksgiving, which is kind of crazy to me. I came here to Vancouver a few months ago to do an official visit with the school. Did not grow that great. Basically, the coach was like, you need to come again in the summer so I can see you. I can see how you are as a player in a different setting. And I was like, all right, sounds good, I'll do it. So I did it. Few disclaimers, there's nothing against like the coach or the school. This is just how my experience was, and it was really hard for me, and so I'm hoping that anyone else that's going through something similar with whatever sport, or it doesn't even have to be a sport, if you're trying out for something and it doesn't work out, there are a lot of good things that can come from it, a lot of lessons that can come from it. And then quickly, I just wanted to talk about how I started playing soccer, how long I've been playing it. I've been playing rec from 3rd grade to 6th grade, grade 6, since grade 6. Then in grade 6, I transitioned to competitive. My club wasn't super competitive. Then we got some coaches that were really good and kind of made our team a lot better. Then I joined ODP, which stands for Olympic Development Program, and I made the travel roster. So I traveled and I represented Northern California. Super cool growing experience for me. Then my old club team dissolved because the coaches were leaving, so I joined a different club team and played on a way higher league. Before I was playing gold, now I was playing NPL, National Premier League, and I was going to big tournaments in Southern California playing ECNL teams, like top ranked teams. And then we ended up winning a tournament called Manchester City Cup. I think it was the second time or the third time we'd been. Must have been the second time, yeah. And that qualified us to do Surf Cup and do all these other crazy things. It was a really great time, and I had to take a break, unfortunately, due to my mental health for 3 months, and I pursued acting and doing this musical, and I thought that was really good for me. I don't regret it, but that would have been my prime time to be recruited. So that's why I didn't really pursue the school I'm going to now. I didn't know that that was the school I wanted to go to, and I didn't have the resources at the time because I just wasn't playing soccer. Anyways, I hope you enjoyed. Please be kind. This was my experience, and I'm hoping to do more videos like these, talking about relationships, living in a new city where you don't know a lot of things, making friends, going to university, breakups, I already said friends, oh my goodness. Hobbies, whatever. I'm going to try and make some more videos about adulting, and maybe this will fail. My bangs look kind of silly. Maybe this will fail, maybe it won't make any more videos, but maybe it won't. So if you like this video, be sure to give it a thumbs up, and here you go. Please enjoy. This is future editing Eden. I'll be popping in here a few times. I lost like pretty much all of the footage for this video, I feel like. I mean, it's already pretty long with what I have because I can't find the other stuff. So I think towards the end of the video, I'll fill you guys in on what was missing and where I am now, which is the closing final thought. So I got up to Vancouver on Sunday. It was later in the evening, and then yesterday was my first real day in the city. And my mom grew up here, and I'm living with my grandparents for the first year of university, so I'm quite familiar with the area. I come up like once or twice a year every year since I was born. Yesterday I just felt in my heart that this is the place I need to be right now in order to like grow and become the person I am. But I also felt strangely emotional, like all throughout my road trip and driving up to Vancouver from the Bay Area. I didn't really feel that sad or like emotional about leaving home, except for like right when I was leaving and saying goodbye to like my boyfriend. That is ex-boyfriend. Hopefully that will be the next video in the series, how I cope with a breakup, but that'll be in a while because I'm still figuring all that shit out. Today is a big day because I have my first training with soccer team, and it's not even a training, it's an ID camp. So for the next month I'm going to be trying to prove myself and why I deserve a spot on their team. And I've prepared, but I just feel like it's not enough, and like I'm not fit enough or don't have like the certain abilities, but I need to like remain confident because there's no way to go in with an attitude. So today my goal is to just be confident, don't think about anything too much or too long, just do the best that I can and be a friendly face. I'm kind of excited for this video. I hope I do like more diary check-ins like this, so that way I can compile it into a like video and just document my journey throughout the next month. You know, even like the bad things where I feel really down on myself or I didn't have a good practice or whatever, just have like my soccer journey and fitness, and we'll see if I make the team at the end. I'm hoping I will, and a lot of my coaches and peers have said I will, but I know it's mainly up to me and the mentality that I take towards this next month of challenges. Okay, so I'm back from my first tryout. The ID camp, it's 8 sessions long, and today was session 1, and it was only an hour and a half. Fitness-wise, I felt okay. They weren't really testing fitness. They started with doing some warm-up drills to practice our touches on the ball, and then we did like a tournament of 6v6s. And I just felt that the coach was more on me. One of the girls was like helping the coach, and they were talking, and she was kind of on me too. So I'm just gonna try and take it in a way where it's like, I don't know how to explain it, because in my gut I feel like they're trying to test me and they want me to rise to the occasion, or they want certain things from me, and if I don't fulfill those things, they're gonna be like, sorry, you can't make this team. So they're like going harder, and it doesn't come like, I guess because they don't really know me as a person, it's not like out of a place of love. It's just like, you're coming and you want to be on this team, and which is okay, it's fine mentality. It hurts a little bit because I get down on myself, so I don't know. Yeah, I think the main things are just being harder in challenges and playing a little bit sooner. They wanted me to play forward a lot, and like I was looking, but there weren't always options forward, or like there weren't people making the run, so they still wanted me to play it forward. Anyways, that's all I'm going to talk about because everyone's trying to interrupt me. Hello, welcome back. This is check-in day 6 out of 8, so it's a Wednesday. I just got out of the shower, hence this lovely look, but I wanted to film because I'm going to go to bed, and I just wanted to get it done now. My knee, I think I mentioned before, I hurt it, and so it really hurts like during the day, but I can actually play on it fine with the brace, so I don't really know what that's about. But today, at the end of practice, I asked the main coach if she had any feedback for me, and she was like, oh, well, I don't really actually, like, there's nothing specific I feel like you need to be fixing or focusing on, which I took to be good. But then she was like, because, you know, I feel like you're at where you are, or you're at a certain point in your soccer career, and that's just where you're at. And like, there's nothing you're going to change overnight that we need to fix. But there's nothing I've noticed, and I know you've talked to Coach, let's just say her name is Bob, Coach Bob, and she's given you some pointers. But like, I'm sorry, like, I know that you wanted specifics, I don't really have any. Does that answer your question? And I was like, oh yeah, well, Coach Bob told me about like my positioning and how I just need to focus more on myself. And she's like, yeah, I've noticed you've been focusing a lot more on yourself, so that's good. And you know, you're showing up and you're being really kind and following instructions and friendly, and I can see you're working hard, so like, just continue to do that. But basically, like, I'm trying to look at it in a positive way, because like, maybe she's saying like there's nothing she could work on with me right now, but if I were on her team, it'd be like a long-term thing. But it just really makes me feel like she doesn't think I'm good enough, and it kind of hurts because I was starting to like gain hope, like, oh, I'm gonna possibly be on the team, and like, it's easier to just expect, oh, I'm not gonna make it, because then your expectations are low, and like, when you don't make it, you're like, well, I didn't think I would. But I'm trying to have my mindset like, I'm gonna make this team, like, and like manifest it and like do my best every time. So I'm like, as you can see, I'm starting to get choked up. Like, I feel like I'm good enough to be on their team, and like, I don't care if I'm a starter. Like, I can play the bench the entire season, but I'm one of those players, I feel like if you invested, like, I would love to learn and like become a better player, and I wish you would have seen that. Okay, so I may end up crying and like just fucking be upset for the week afterwards if I don't make it, or I might be ecstatic and be like, why did I get down on myself? But I did line up something for next Thursday, the day after I find out. So at least if I'm a huge mess, I have something to look forward to and to like pick me up. And if I'm excited, then I just have something fun to do. So I'm checking in again, and I'm far away because I'm wearing my shirt. But it's a little bit closer now to leaving time for camp. And I'm getting a bit more nervous. I know whatever the outcome is, I'll be fine. But my pulse is definitely going faster, and I had coffee, which maybe wasn't the smartest thing because sometimes they can make me really anxious if I'm already feeling that way. But yeah, this will be interesting. I just got interrupted because Sasha called. Sasha is my old soccer coach, not from my most recent team, but from a few teams ago, and I'm still really close with him, and I help him train his younger girls now, so that's what I'm referring to. So I feel a little bit better again, but he told me to answer the question, how do I feel now, immediately after it happened, and to continue to ask myself like a week, 2 weeks. And I don't know, because I feel like obviously sad. I'm just trying to tell myself that it's not a defining moment or defining me as a soccer player, and like she doesn't know what she's talking about. Sure, maybe I wasn't up to her caliber for playing on her team, but I'm still a good player and somebody wants me, and I wouldn't have had all these coaches and all these people who believe in me if it wasn't true. So I just need to remind myself that as a soccer player, people believe in me because I'm a good player, and as a person, a lot of people love me and support me. Look, a tear. A lot of people love me and support me for the person I am. So that's all that matters. And that's all I'm gonna talk about, I guess, for tonight, unless I end up bawling, and then I'll do like a video like this. Okay, bye-bye. Alrighty, so a few points I wanted to touch on just as a wrap up. I learned a lot of things from this experience, mostly that it doesn't define me as a soccer player. It doesn't determine whether I'm a good soccer player or I'm a bad soccer player, and it doesn't invalidate all the work I've put into becoming the soccer player I am. Those were all valuable lessons, and just because I didn't end up playing college soccer and it didn't work out for me doesn't mean that that wasn't worthwhile, and it doesn't mean that I didn't reach my full potential as a soccer player. There's still so much left for me to learn. I would encourage anyone who is in a similar situation, whether it's with work, school, a sport, to really go for it, because even if you don't know even if the outcome doesn't turn out with what you want it to be, you'll have learned something about yourself, and you'll continue to learn just as I am. I'm continuing to learn so much, and just being in a whole new city, in a whole new setting in university, it's really eye-opening. Now I get to explore university life and being a student, being in a new city and having a social life, and just all these things that my time would have been taken up by playing on a university soccer team. I didn't touch on this in the video because I lost the footage, but during my second week I talked to the assistant coach, and she gave me some really helpful feedback. She actually was from the States, and she had told me that she totally understood that my style of play was something that a coach had told me to do, just to communicate a lot as a center back. But here on their team, they don't do that, and it was just too much. So to tone it back, just so I could focus a little bit more on myself, which I did. And that was the point where I had gained a lot more hope with making the team. And then the following week, when I spoke to the head coach, and her feedback was not as positive as I mentioned earlier in the video, I realized I probably wasn't going to make it. And so I kind of had my grieving moment that day / that weekend. And then when I didn't make the team, I was sad, but I didn't cry about it that much. And I also spoke to my soccer coach, who I mentioned, and it really helped me learn that this experience doesn't define me as a soccer player. Immediately afterwards, I went to Portland with my mom because she had to drive back down to California, and so I accompanied her all the way to Portland, and we stayed and visited with friends. It was a very nice experience and kind of a good way to get away from the negativity and like the letdown of this experience. And then right after that, when I came back up, I had about a week until my boyfriend at the time was coming to visit me, and so I had a lot of things to focus on, and I haven't really gave that much thought to it in a sense. And I don't know if that's a good or a bad thing, but I don't really see the need to dwell on this one experience for that long because I'm already moving on to the next thing. And the next thing for me is I'm actually on a soccer team. Thanks to the university's coach, she put me in contact with a soccer team that I originally thought was going to be like under 21s, but I think it's just over 18s because I'm playing with women who are in their 20s, and I think some are even in their 30s. I know a few already have children, a few are married, getting married, just got married, some are single, and most of them have already graduated from university with the exception of, I think there's one girl who looked to be about my age. And I'm really excited for this new chapter of soccer. It's going to be a way for me to learn to have just more fun with it and not have it be such a central part of my life anymore, which is really sad, but at the same time, my main focus for being up here is for school, and so I need to keep that in mind. Also, being on a team with so many older women, not that they're old, but just older than me by a significant amount, is going to allow me to learn so much from them. They've already gone through this stage of life, but they've also gone through a lot of stages with soccer as well, so they're going to be able to give me some insight and learn from their soccer abilities and their lifelong experiences, getting to know them, playing with them. We already had one game. It was a scrimmage, but I played the entire game as an outside back, which usually I play center back, but this is really exciting because I get to get up more into the attack, which is something I've never really done, except for during my recreational soccer days. And because I have kind of youth and speed on my side at the moment, but now I can kind of get into the attack quite a bit more, which I'm very excited about. So yeah, that's about it. That's all I'm going to talk about in this video. Hopefully I'll have more videos coming out with like soccer updates in this like adulting series. If you're just somebody that's watching this, hello. Don't let the negative experiences or the negative outcomes deter you from doing something. Just do it anyways. It's better to know, and you'll learn so much from the experience. Alright, that's it for this video. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed it, go ahead, like, subscribe. Thanks for watching.